Hey, Shalom, Mr. Brother Baya. Back here again. Before I get started, like always, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Chachak, double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. I'm going to read through the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, beginning with the first verse. All right. It says, "Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of Yahweh, Hashem Yahweh Shah, is risen upon thee." And that's talking about, ISAIAH60, the princes of the power, the sons of the Creator. All right. When you go back to the garden and man being created and placed in the garden of Eden, Eden, which means paradise, man was supposed to be an image of the Creator on the earth. All right. Man was supposed to walk in the ways of the Creator and rule over the rest of creation according to the ways of the Creator. All right. Meaning the man was supposed to rule over the woman. The man was supposed to rule over all beasts of the field, fowls of the air, creeping things upon the ground. Man was supposed to rule over all these things, but man decided to give his authority and power to the woman, which in turn caused man to be judged by the Creator. All right. So there's a period of the sons of ISAIAH60 having to go through a lot of learning lessons, captivities, oppression, trials, tribulations, to get back to that ruling place the sons of ISAIAH60 had in the garden. All right, that's what we're trying to get back to, paradise. So when you talk about the kingdom of heaven, when you talk about ruling, when you talk about immortality, eternity, it all goes back to the garden. Okay, verse 2, it says, "For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people, but the Lord power Yahweh shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee." And the darkness is already covering these people. These people don't know what the fuck going on. They're confused. They're told lies by their governments, not just over here in America. All right, Iran lies to their people. Russia lies to their people. They're only gonna tell you the people so much. So these people are in darkness of what's really going on in the world, especially when it pertains to the Creator and the Israelites, the true biblical Israelites. But even more, as we come to the arrival of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, it's going to be gross darkness from those chariots, the fathership, and people are going to be in real confusion, not knowing what's going on when Yahweh Shai cracks those skies with the fathership. All right? But we're not going to be in darkness, Lord willing. We're part of the elect as the sons of ISAIAH60. We're going to be called up into the fathership to meet the Lord in the air, as the scriptures teach us. Verse 3, it says, "And the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and kings to the brightness of thy rising." Yeah, so all you nations vying for control of the crypto world, all right, vying to have the most powerful currency and military and political games and war games and all this stuff that's going on between you other nations. Y'all are going to have to come to our rising. When the Lord lifts us up and places us in our proper position, which is ruling over you other nations, y'all are going to have to come and adhere to our rising through the spirit and power of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Verse 4, it says, "Lift up thine eyes round about, and see, all they gather themselves together, they come to thee." It says, Salah, I'm driving, man. You know how these people are. Bear me one moment. Salakia, bear me one moment. Fuck is you speeding? Give me one more second. All right, we should be good now. Okay, it says, they come to thee, thy son shall come from afar, and thy daughters shall be nursed at thy side. Yeah, of the land. All right? Not pursuant to what happened in 1947 with the Balfour Declaration, bringing all those European Caucasoid Edomites into the land of Israel. All right? All from Germany and Russia and all these places. All right, all they did was put Edomites in that land, okay, and fake like they're the true biblical Israelites. Those are not the sons of Yasharahla. So when it says our sons shall come from afar and our daughters shall be nursed at our side, throughout the four corners of the earth, wherever we've been scattered, we're going to be brought back to our homeland, pursuant to the prophecies and the promise, the initial promise that was given to Jacob and his seed to inherit that land. Verse 5, it says, then thou shalt see and flow together, and thine heart shall fear and be enlarged, because the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. The forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee. So, all these nations are heaping up resources, all right, precious metals, stones, all right, valuable things from the earth, to build up their own kingdoms and use it for their own will and desire. But all of that is going to be given to the Israelites when Hamashiach Yahushua comes back to set the kingdom up on the earth. And there will be a kingdom set up on this earth, because pursuant to the book of Daniel, all the kingdoms, major kingdoms that was prophesied to rule has ran, beginning with Babylon all the way down to Rome. The scriptures tell you that a stone that crushes the last kingdom, which is the revised Roman Empire, that stone is going to be the last kingdom to rule on the planet Earth. And that kingdom shall never be destroyed. That kingdom shall never be brought down. So going back to my initial point, that everything that the sons of Yasharahla has been going through is just for a prepping and a learning process to inherit the kingdom. All right, because Romans call us joint heirs, to joint inherit the kingdom with Hamashiach Yahushua. That's why the scriptures say, ye that endure unto the end shall receive a rod of iron, a scepter, right? And you shall break the nations as a vessel is broken. Okay? So you're not going to find pastors in the church reading Isaiah 60. Verse 6, it says, the multitude of camels shall cover thee, the dromedaries of Midian and Ephah, and they shall from Sheba shall come. They shall bring gold and incense, and they shall show forth the praises of the Lord power Yahweh. All the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto thee. The rams of Nebaioth, all right, shall minister unto thee. They shall come up with the acceptance on mine altar, and I will glorify the house of my glory. Who are these that fly as a cloud, and as the doves to their windows that goes into us flying in those chariots? All right, that's a question to be asked. All right, we're going to be able to fly in chariots, what the world calls UFOs. Right? And actually, we're going to be able to fly. Just in general. All right? Just through spiritual power. But yeah, we're going to have chariots as our main source of vehicles, main source of transportation. Verse 9, it says, surely the isles shall wait for thee, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from afar, their silver and their gold with them, upon the name of the Lord power Yahweh, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee. Notice he's called the Holy One of Israel, not the Holy One of everybody on the face of the planet. Verse 10, and it's gonna further separate us from the rest of y'all. Verse 10, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their kings shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, and in my favor I have had mercy on thee. Yeah, we built up the walls of other nations. We are yet this day in our captivity, as the scriptures teach us, working these jobs that pay us pennies over here in America or wherever we're scattered, looked down upon, not having no type of hand or power throughout the earth in any major seat, in any world meetings or any financial meetings, all right, amongst these horrible Edomites that have the upper hand on us. They're gonna build up our walls, man. Bear me one moment again. It says, therefore thy gate shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men shall bring thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought. So, yeah, our gates are not going to be open. Our gates are not going to be shut. They're going to be continuously open for trade. Y'all going to bring y'all sons for servants, y'all daughters for servants. All right? Whatever we desire or whatever you think would please us, you're going to try to bring through the gates of Israel, because we're going to be your rulers in that day. In that day, we're going to be given the authority. We're going to inherit the promise that was given from Abraham to Isaac and unto Jacob. That's going to be instituted in that day. Verse 12, it says, for the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. So if you decide not to serve the Israelites, guess what? You're going to be put down in a brutal way. It ain't going to take no war neither. We just going to come and punish you. If you decide to get prideful, decide to buck up, decide you want to do your own thing 1 year, guess what? You will be judged according to that rod that we've inherited from Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Right? It says, verse 13, the glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, the box together, to beautify the place of my sanctuary. And I will make the place of my feet glorious. All right, the land is going to be beautiful. The land is going to be renewed. The land is going to be refreshed, not how it is now, all defiled. All right, they trying to make it look like New York City over there in Tel Aviv. All right, it ain't going to look like that. Verse 14, the sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee. And all they that despise thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet. And they shall call thee the city of the Lord power Yahweh, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. All you nations, man, beginning with you Edomites, but all you nations. All you nations that have looked down on us, talk shit about us behind our backs, you know, plotted against us, you know, smile in our face, work amongst us, go to school amongst us. But when you get home, talking shit, and your ass will be reincarnated too. For any of y'all that pass away, you will be reincarnated and you will serve your slavery under the Edomites. For that is your proper lot. That is what you were created to do. Alright? Niggas think they can escape through death. No, nigga, your spirit gonna come back. Okay? Let's continue reading though. Verse 17. For brass I will bring gold, and for iron I will bring silver, and for wood, brass, and stones, iron. And I will also make thy officers peace and thine exactors righteous. So not only are we going to be ruling, but we're going to rule in righteousness and be just rulers, as the Creator is righteous and just. You may look at some of the judgments that the Creator do and say, oh, this is harsh, this is unfair, but it's always righteous and just with the Lord power Yahweh. All right. You know, Hamashiach is known as the King of righteousness, the King of peace. That's what judges are supposed to bring: peace and righteousness and just ruling. Not like in today's time, where the rulers bring confusion, chaos, death, pain, oppression. All right, unfair rulings, prison systems built upon lies and deceit. All right, those days are going to be over with. Verse 18, it says, violence shall no more be heard in thy land, wasting nor destruction within thy borders, but thou shalt call thy walls salvation and thy gates praise. So you can look in the inner cities where Jake dwell, a lot of gun violence because Esau built a society based off guns. A lot of just death and drug ridden. All right, it's gonna be no more. That shit's gonna be done away with. It's gonna be complete peace. So peaceful, so safe that you'll be able to leave the front door of where your dwelling place open forever, and not have to worry about nobody coming in to rob you, murder you. All right, rape you, whatever. Those days are gonna be over with. Verse 19. The sun shall be no more thy light by day, neither for brightness shall the moon give light unto thee. But the Lord power Yahweh shall be thee an everlasting light, and the Lord power thy glory. That doesn't mean the sun and moon is going to be done away with. It goes into the understanding, knowledge, and wisdom and glory that's going to be put upon us. All right? We're going to shine because of the wisdom that the Lord power gives on us. All right? Verse 20, thy sun shall no more go down, neither shall thy moon withdraw itself, for the Lord power shall be thine everlasting light. The days of thy mourning shall be ended. And, no more mourning, no more tears, no more death, no more sickness, no more old age, decrepitness, no more filth, no more degeneracy, no more rebellion. This is the day we long for. These are the days we long for. All right? And it's going to come because it's written. Verse 21. Thy people also shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever, the branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. See, I said that kingdom, that the stone that's going to break the last kingdom is never going to be destroyed. The Lord said we're going to inherit the land forever. Not just because of us or for us, but so he can be glorified. He chose us as his nation. So for the glorification of him, he's going to raise us up, place us in that land that he chose for his people, his sons. And it says, our people all should be righteous. And that's the most beautiful point there. Everybody in the nation will be righteous. Everybody. Even though we're going to have lots and orders, certain people set in certain positions, everybody's going to be righteous. Everybody's going to be made perfect in that day. Every Israelite. And it don't get more beautiful than that. Knowing that everybody you come across is righteous, just, and in perfection of peace. This is the day we should all be longing for. Not trying to make it in Esau's kingdom, man. Trying to get breadcrumbs off the devil's table. All right. But continuing reading, it says, finishing up in verse 22, a little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, the Lord power Yahweh, will hasten it in his time. So to let you know, us brothers, we're going to have a lot of children. All right. Going back to the garden again. All right. It all goes back to the garden. What did he tell man when he placed him in the garden? Be fruitful and multiply. Well, not only are you going to have the capabilities in your rod to get the job done properly, but you're going to have the time, the resources, all right, the time to get it done. You're not going to be restricted through captivity, and you're going to have the resources to provide for all those children, all right, pursuant to our law. You can't be taking a lot of women, having a lot of kids if you can't provide for them. Jake could have kids with women on this side and can't even provide for them. What the fuck are you doing, man? If you can't provide for a woman and a child, don't have them. Simple. Not only are you doing them a disservice, you're doing yourself a disservice. But yeah, that was Isaiah the 60th chapter. Lord willing, it was edifying. Till the next time I say, Shalom.